Thorpe Park, Alton Towers and Paultons Park are all busy removing rides to make way for potentially some new ones in the future. A brand new theme park coming to the UK has seen planning emerge, and this park seems to have no rides. And we've finally seen testing for one of the many, or should I say two of the many new roller coasters coming this year. The fact we've only seen these two testing is a bit worrying. We are nearing the start of the season, you know. But as you can hear, it has been such a busy week because all that and even more has happened this past week in theme parks. Yes, we are back once again. Is it the most consistent series ever? I guess that's down for you to decide. But this series consists of us looking at the past week in theme park news across the world. So if you do want to skip to specific stories, use the chapters down below in the video progress bar. And whatever colour it is, be sure to use the subscribe button too. I know it's not red anymore on YouTube for some reason, but if it's not saying subscribed, click it. Thanks. Let us get into this insane news week because, like I said last time, this week might be the most news we've had so far this year. Or ever. Maybe. Because first of all, bringing it back to some previous construction we looked at, Siren's Curse has had the first piece of track installed. We saw a few supports going up and the announcement and the animated POV that goes way too fast. And now we have track in real life, so that's great to see. Alpenfury over at Canada's Wonderland, that has some supports going in as well, although we already saw the track go in, so there's just more construction. The brand new Intamin roller coaster coming to Universal Studios Hollywood, the Hollywood Drift, that has seen a lot of progress with construction, including this amazing looking inversion or like overbank type thing over the top of the escalators and that sign. It's so perfectly placed there. I don't know how they've managed to get it to look that symmetrical, but fair play. Yeah, that's really exciting. The tunnel on Falcon's flight at Six Flags Qiddiya is complete. Yay! The station was destroyed on Kingda, we saw that last week, but this week, the airtime hill on the ride has started to go down. That is no yay. And Wrath of Rakshasa, I feel like I talk about this every single week. The drop on that has finally gone in, and it does look like a gargantuan drop, guys. But guess what else would have been gargantuan to see? Universal Bedford being confirmed. Now obviously last week I did report on the fact that there was going to be a speech and they might mention Universal, and I thought, you know what, they probably will. Well, as per usual, I was wrong because it barely got a mention, but still within the government they are being very cagey about it, so I'd assume we might see an announcement from Universal and the government together, and that will be when we finally find out about it, and I don't think we're too far away from that moment. So the field, our little series we do on the actual site of Universal Bedford, we'll have to hold off for now, although someone has marked it on Google Maps as DigitalDan Hero Lover and Thrill Riders for the field location. Thanks. It did catch me really off guard when I saw that in the past week. And something else that had me feeling that exact same shock and sort of not really laughter. Mega Zeph, that huge wooden roller coaster at Six Flags New Orleans that's been SB&O and abandoned for the past however many years. Last week it burnt down. This week it's been taken down. There is literally a video, as you can see on screen, of it just completely falling to the ground. It's really sad to see, but at the same time, what? It looks so abnormal the way it just goes. Maybe that's what the Kingda implosion videos are going to look like. But talking of wooden coasters and Six Flags and Kingda, a wooden coaster that was at a Six Flags park right next to Kingda and still is there, El Toro, a very renowned worldwide favourite wooden roller coaster. Reports have come out that that will be getting a RETRACK, so it's here to stay. I don't know why everyone thought it was going to go. Maybe there's some sort of structural reason. But it's staying. El Toro reborn, everyone. Oh, and the park that and Kingda were at is now getting a new logo, which you can see on screen right now. Pretty much, Six Flags got the name, and Cedar Fair got everything else. There is some good news for Steel Curtain over at Kennywood. It was built by S&S, and it opened quite a few years back, but it hasn't seen the greatest running period. But additional supports are being installed and they have been delivered to the park to sort of help the ride get back to its running state. And one final story from America, anyway, is brand new concept art that has emerged for Busch Gardens Tampa Bay to build Wild Oasis, and it's just sort of a nice looking area with a reimagined treetop drop tower ride, and you know, it's going to have like screens and lightning. Looks like there's going to be some fountain and water features as well, some nice rock work, nice trees, and it's just going to look like a wild oasis. I'm excited to see that when I go over to Florida later this year, and it won't just be me saying, oh guys, we're jetting off now, and me just going, we're here. Because right then, I have travelled back to Europe. The rest of the news in this video is very big, and it all comes from Europe and the UK. Let's just talk about it. An Italian amusement park called Mirabilandia, which has ice speed, I believe, and that is an incredible looking ride. They are going to be building a Nickelodeon land with a Ninja Turtles roller coaster. And the area itself will be a 25,000 meter square area, and it's going to be, as you can tell from that number, massive. But there is loads of concept art to do with this one coming to Mirabilandia. Walibi Belgium have finally actually revealed the name of their new roller coaster without it being leaked. And as said, it is called Mecalodon or Mecalodon. Mecalodon. And the layout for that looks great. And I feel like I've already said that. And I want to go and ride it. I think I've said that as well. And another ride that is opening in Europe in 2025 on Saturday the 14th of June. We actually have an opening date for this one. Mission Bermudes, or Bermuda, however you pronounce that, at Futuroscope in France. And this is a water ride which looks like a river rapids but on a boat. And it looks ridiculous. There's one video I've seen of it meandering round the river that it's going down, and it genuinely looks like a proper wild river boat ride. And I really like the look of it. The project cost about 25 million euros to make, and the theming looks great. The boats, of course, I don't know whether they're wearing life jackets because you have to, or because they're working. But with how vicious those rapids look, I wouldn't be surprised if you have to wear one too. And it genuinely does look like a very interesting water ride. A first of its kind, one could say. And the same could be said for a ride that Disneyland Paris have put a patent in for. Because some brand new news has come out in the past week, obviously, about them filing a patent for this thing here. Now, I have no idea what that's going to be because, well, there's 3 different versions. 4. On the left is sort of just bricks, and then there's a glider-esque one with 2 rows of seats, and then 1 row of seat, and then a submarine. What are they planning? The main thing to notice is the fact that if they do go for that submarine one, they should be sued. Because Legoland did it first. I will not be having this Legoland slander Disneyland Paris. We're not going back to the UK just yet though. No. Because a new theme park in Poland known as Hossoland has had some new track arrive for some brand new roller coasters. This one, which is the inverted coaster by Vekoma, of course, a Mack coaster, a Mack water coaster, and a Vekoma launch coaster. God damn, first Energylandia and Legendia, and now Hossoland. God, they all love Vekoma, don't they? But I believe this park will open in 2025. Potentially not with all the rides, or any of them, just as a nice theme park. And I can't wait to see that open. The same could be said for Yoi. Potentially one of the worst roller coaster names ever. Walibi Holland's brand new dueling RMC Raptors. They now have 3 RMCs at that park. Crazy. But they have now tested for the first time, and from this video, as you can see, it's not running at its fastest at the moment, purely because it is the first test run. Nemesis Reborn literally almost stopped on the loop when that first tested. But when the climate changes and it gets a bit warmer and the nights start rolling in of testing and testing and testing, this ride is going to be flying across those tracks, and I really can't wait to experience it later this year, because hopefully, I think it's supposed to open in April, but there's not a confirmed date. But the fact it's testing, it should be ready by the time I go. You'll be seeing a vlog from that, so subscribe if you aren't already, or you'll miss it. But now, the moment that some of you have been waiting for. We're heading back over to the motherland of United Kingdoms, where we've had some interesting and really good news, but also some really sad news. Starting with the positives, Spinball Whizzer will now be open over the February half-term event at Alton Towers, which seems to have sold out completely. So have fun if you're trying to go there. A trademark has been filed somewhere about Minecraft Adventure. I wonder what that could be for. Obviously, we know Chessington are well underway with Project Play over in Mexicana. That happened last week, but we're still yet to see when Wild Asia will close to make way for this massive Minecraft roller coaster and area. I just really hope the quality of the theming inside that roller coaster, especially how short that layout might be, is top notch. So fingers crossed for that. Over on Paultons Parks app, they have now marked out the area for the Viking themed land coming in 2026, and I do find it hilarious how they've put the teasers on there for that, but there is nothing over at Ghostly Manor, which opens this year. But that is going to be a huge area, so I'm really looking forward to seeing the construction of that, especially soon, because Paultons does open on the 8th of Feb. That's happened soon, next week. An extension of time has been agreed for Thorpe Park's brand new beach replacement, because I think the planning application didn't go well environmentally and stuff, but hopefully by the start of the year they have started some construction on that, and maybe we'll see it open halfway through the year, next year, 2030, 2040. We'll just have to wait and see that go up. As we do, Puy du Fou, if that's how you say it. It is one of the most famous theme parks in Europe, and I believe there's one in France and maybe ones elsewhere, but I say they're famous. I hadn't heard of them before they said about one coming here. And that is right, they have reached the next public consultation phase for their new theme park they want to build here in the UK, nearish to Bicester Village and that sort of area. And it's going to have loads of different live shows and hotels, and you can immerse yourselves in British history. But as it goes for theme parks wise, it is literally a themed park, not a theme park. Because as you might have noticed from the map that I'm showing, yeah, there is no rides in this park at all. Just some historic shows and like the villages and stuff like that, which cool, I guess. But I'm really not too bothered about that when you've got Universal coming. Something I do care about though. How dare UK theme parks remove rides? Because in the past week, 4 theme parks here in the UK have removed 4 rides. Not each, but like one each, so it makes 4 total. And that includes Thorpe Park, Alton Towers, Paultons Park, and even Lightwater Valley. That park has apparently removed, especially from their website anyway, Eagle's Claw, their huge claw ride. A KMG Afterburner, is it called? It's basically a flat ride like Vortex at Thorpe Park, and that was one of the best ones of them I've ever done. Eagle's Claw was fantastic, and it looked really good as well, but they're shifting towards that more family-orientated theme park, so it makes sense that it has been removed. And that is really sad to see, but we need to keep going with this list of removals, because back to Paultons Park now, they have confirmed with a little video the official removal of their go-karts attraction, and I have some fond memories on those go-kart tracks, beating everyone. But as much as they were an upcharge, it was a really fun attraction, and it's not really a ride because it is just a go-kart track. Rest in peace the go-karts and Eagle's Claw at both Paultons and Lightwater No Ultimate Valley. What could replace them? I have no idea. And I think the exact same about these two at Thorpe Park and Alton Towers. Of course, the one at Thorpe Park, Slammer, that is a ride that has been closed since 2017. So to see it get removed 8 years later, fantastic. Work smarter, not faster. But we have officially seen photos and videos of the gondolas themselves being removed, and it is still sad to see, even if it's been closed for so long. Slammer's legacy is no more. It can no longer sit in the middle of the Black Mirror Labyrinth queue line. Oh, that's such a deadbeat topic. I am very sad that I never got to ride it. And one I did get to ride is the one at Alton Towers, the Blade. What was the oldest ride at the park, and it's a pirate ship, so pretty basic. And it was a little bit out of place in Forbidden Valley, but not as much as Galactica. The word on the street is that outside the park, when you're in the car parks and stuff, obviously on the public property of the land, whether you're going to the hotel or whatever, you can see their brand new ride Toxicator, but where you used to be able to see the structure of the Blade, you can no longer see that. So it is very much believed that maybe the station platform is still there, but the entire ride is now gone. And I guess the Blade does hit the worst out of all of these, especially because it was one of the only flat rides at the park. And when we thought we were getting this win with Toxicator, yes, we're getting a new flat ride, they've decided to take 2 out. So we've just actually gone one step back. It's not a ride I cared about too much for the fact that I never actually rode it that many times, but I can understand why people do care, and well, any of these, I can understand why anyone cares. But yes, this past week, there's been a lot of fallen soldiers to the demise of flat rides, mainly. Either way, be sure to leave down in the comments your favourite news story from this week, and also your saddest news story from this week, because there's been some interesting ones. Leave a like, subscribe. Bye!